The page is printed.
Hello, it's Luke from The Page is Printed. So it's a tricky time for everyone at the moment, and as a book fan, it's hard to ignore quite how much COVID-19 has thrown the publishing world into disarray. Publishing dates are being hugely postponed, many independent bookshops have closed completely during this time, and a lot of people, myself included, struggled to concentrate on reading in this time of immense change and uncertainty. But things are going to continue as they are for quite some time, and now my mental state has just about adjusted to our new normal. I wanted to take a look at a book that came out on the 19th of March, so pretty much as all of this kicked off. It's a brilliant read that I think deserves to be shared and widely read, so let me tell you a little bit about it. It's Dead Famous by Greg Jenner. Celebrity, with its neon glow and selfie pout, appears hypermodern. But the famous and infamous have been thrilling, titillating and outraging us for much longer than we might realise. Whether it was a scandalous Lord Byron, whose poetry sent female fans into an erotic frenzy, or the cheetah-owning, coffin-sleeping, one-legged French actress Sarah Bernhardt, who launched a violent feud with her former best friend. The list of stars whose careers burned bright, long before the age of television, is extensive and thrillingly varied. Now, author Greg Jenner is a historian, broadcaster, author, and an honorary research associate at Royal Holloway, University of London, where he does occasional teaching. Now, I've been listening to Greg Jenner for a while now, as his BBC comedy podcast, You're Dead to Me, has proved hugely eye-opening and exciting, both for history buffs like me and for friends who perhaps haven't been so keen on history in the past. The podcast allows anyone to discover fascinating facts about historical figures, but the way it's set up means that those who maybe got put off history at school after a bored teacher repeated dates for them ad infinitum will hopefully have a new interest sparked by the compelling way in which the tales are told. Now, telling people stories in a compelling fashion is clearly something that Jenner excels at, and in Dead Famous he is able to combine an overarching study of the way celebrity has grown and changed over the centuries with intimate glimpses into the lives of those who have been raised up and celebrated for a huge variety of reasons, both good and bad. Jenner's the historical consultant to the absolutely brilliant Horrible Histories TV show, and it's clear that he's got a talent for comedy as well as history, with witty asides peppered throughout the book. It works well. This is clearly a hugely well-researched piece of work, but the warmth and humour ensures that it doesn't read like a dry textbook. It's got a clear focus, and the compellingly human lives that Jenner resurrects on these pages ensure that it's a page-turner too. He skillfully weaves fascinating facts throughout every single page, leaving me with a long sheet of people I'm keen to do more research on. Books that combine history with humour can, in my experience, occasionally err on the side of cruelty, poking fun at the figures they reference in order to entertain the reader. That certainly isn't the case here. Jenner allows fact to speak for itself mostly, with little room for harsh judgments. And that ensures that Dead Famous is a compelling piece of social history that educates just as much as it entertains. It's one of the best history books I've read in a long time. Now, if that sounds like your cup of tea, grab a copy where you can, and check out You're Dead to Me wherever you get your podcasts from. The author has also just started a history podcast called Homeschool History, which aims to get children interested in history during this rather difficult time. If you're in the UK, it should be available on the BBC Sounds app. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in chatting more about all things books, then like and subscribe, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and head to my website, thepageisprinted.com. See you next time.